Hey everybody, King Capital here with a video on Clover Health Investments, CLOV, on 420. So Clover today pulled back, closed at 862, down 10.86%, almost 11% on the day. I mentioned in the video I made yesterday that there's a play with the daily chart candle. So let's actually go out to the daily chart, and then we'll come back to the 5-minute. But we made that extended move Friday, and we made this doji candle. So, I said whether it opens, gaps open in pre-market higher or lower, from there you have two binary plays, right? So it gapped lower, I said you'd like to see this 914 level get taken out to play it short. And if it gaps lower and then price starts rising, you're going to look overhead for the low of the day and or the close and the open from the prior day to act as overhead resistance. Never got there. So the play that was in force today was the short play. We'll go out to the 5 minutes and we'll see it. So you'll see here, yesterday after hours moved pretty sideways, and then we gapped down, and then the open, was lower than the close from yesterday. So Tesla made a similar move yesterday, or technically over the weekend, right? So Friday to Monday. But today, Tesla had a similar play, but the open and close were actually reversed. The open was higher than yesterday's close, so it went up. So this would be the opposite play, right? So we have the gap down on the opens. So opens below the close. And then when that happens, you usually have this downward trend of the moving averages in order. So the 9, the 22, the 50, and the 200. So on the 5-minute, they're all in order. And if you go down to the 1 minute, they're in order too. And usually when the 5 minutes about the 200 EMA, the 1 minute's going to be right about the 200, and so they both are in force, right? So you have the 200 EMA on the 1 minute acting as above, and the 5 minute on the 50, and so right before the open, you kind of get this, flush right away. So people are covering, right? So we get some profit taking. People are covering right away, get that imbalance on the open, and then immediately sell off. So we got that immediate sell off on the 1 minute. Looking for that 914, 915 area to hold. Holds on the 1 minute. Got the indecision candle, and then next candle opens, flushes, breaks through it, and we're sitting around $9 now. Try to get that retest of the 9 EMA. Can't get it. Sell off continues, and then we formed a base here down in the 8.8 area, which there wasn't terribly long term from the move prior, but here with standard Eve, that correlates basically to the half standard Eve mark, and so these did move on the day. So this was actually about the 1 or the neutral mark earlier in the morning. But then here was a place to really get re-short, was the failure to break yesterday's lows at 914. So we wicked it twice, then we get the indecision doji and we sell off. Got one more pressure up to 9.1. Right, so another indecisive spinning top, and then we get bearish, and then basically we fade all day. So then the second play here is really the better short. This one's pretty risky right off the open, because you don't know what that volume in the first candle is going to do. Usually, with it gapping lower on the open compared to the close, you do like to see that downtrend, but it's not a 100% deal. It's probably about 60-40 really that it's going to continue down. But the rejection here at the low, is a good sign to get short on, right? Why? Because everybody that entered in yesterday to the stock is now underwater. So everybody, all this volume from yesterday, 236 million, yes, it's not all on the bid or ask. People were shorting into that yesterday too. But everybody that bought yesterday is now underwater, and that means they're going to look to cut their losses. So the sell-off continued, and we'll just stay here instead of going back to 5 minute. The sell-off took us all the way down to the low, today at 836. We get that bounce off the 9 EMA, and we really had two good bounces on it. So okay, I lied. We'll go back to the 5 minute. Around the 8.4, one bounce got all the way back to 8.7. The 8.7, 78.6 fib now acts as overhead resistance, and then we got a bounce one more time at 8.4, rising into the close at 8.6. So if we go out to the daily chart, where is CLOV going to tomorrow? I don't know, right? So there's not a clear, setup based off candlestick right now, like we had yesterday, right? So doji candle in play today on the daily, just a big red candle. So right, so this would definitely say that there's a change in momentum, right? Volume significantly less than the previous 2 days. So we could get some more selling off, or this could act as buying support here off the 9 EMA, right? So we had that change definitely in sentiment from buyers on Friday. And this could be the pullback. So tomorrow, it wouldn't surprise me if we get a sideways trading day, or breakout one way or the other. So just be ready. Again, like how I have these pink lines on, I usually take those off before I make the videos, but I just want to show that play on this. So you do the same thing here as well. Mark the high, mark the close, mark the low, and then set up your play for whatever direction you think's going to come your way, and then set your risk and reward appropriately. Jeez. So that's what I got for you guys on CLOV. Pretty solid run the last 2 days. Usually when you get an extended move, 7 to 10.5, so a 50% move, you're going to have a pullback. So look to see if this pullback holds. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Appreciate you taking time to watch the video, and we'll see you in the next one.